Hello, my name's Robert Sloan. I'm president of Houston Baptist University, and I'm the author of the Hamelin Stoop series, young adult fantasy. The first book is The Eagle, the Cave, and the Footbridge, and the second is The Lost Princess and the Jewel of Periluna. The third book is The Daughters of Kar, and there will be 6 or 7 of these books in the series, so I hope you'll take a look at them. I'd been doing writing all my life in the nonfiction area, but writing fiction was something I had aspired to do really, again, for all of my life. But I spent my time writing in other fields and in other areas, in history and theology and so on. So when I started writing fiction, and I wanted to write young adult fiction because I liked those and I wanted my grandchildren to read it, I thought, well, these will be easy to write. And I read a lot of young adult fiction myself, and I thought, well, I can do this easily. I was very wrong. It was very challenging. It is very challenging and very difficult. I got a long way down the road in the first book and realized all kinds of mistakes and blunders that I had made, and that I really, in a sense, didn't know what I was doing. I knew how to write a sentence, and I could write a sentence well, but I really didn't understand the elements of story and plot and setting and character and tension and climax and wrap-up. All of those things are very important. So if you're an aspiring writer, I would say step number 1 is read. You have to be a good reader in order to be a good writer. And this is true whether you're young or whether you're old. Be a good reader. And pay attention as you read to how the author writes. And see what you like and see what you don't like. And ask yourself what's going on. What's the setting here and how has the author described it? But learn how to write a good sentence, learn how to write grammatically precisely, and then read some books on writing fiction. There are many good books. There's a massive industry of authors who write on the topic of fiction writing, the beginning, the middle, the end, the climax, the characters, the setting, descriptions, themes, superstructure, plot structure, and so on. And I think you have to begin to read those things. But in that process, you have to write. You have to have the discipline to write. You have to have a set time to write. You have to have a place to write. And as you go through life, even when you're not writing, be attentive to what you see and ask yourself, is there a storyline in there? There's stories everywhere if we have eyes to see them. So it's been a great challenge. Life, I think, is made up of stories, and I've written these because I think by the use of story, I can communicate some of the great themes that I'm interested in communicating, namely, for example, the story of the Bible. That's very powerful to me, the Christian story. I think that can be communicated through the writing of great stories, and in this case, writing young adult fantasy fiction.